some oats here. So I've just got 1 cup of regular oats with 2 cups of water. I always double the amount of water to oats. I'm just going to put some frozen banana in there to sweeten it. I'm not using protein powder today. I just feel like something a bit different. So I'm going to add some frozen banana. It's a little bit dark in my kitchen. Now, I opened the door. I don't know if that helps. I've got my oats and banana cooking. So these are the multivitamin I take, especially for vegans, and yeah, I'll show you what they look like. So they are quite small. So I don't know if I really have to take a multivitamin, but I do anyway, just to make sure I'm getting everything. So I just got up not too long ago because it's the weekend. I sleep in on the weekends, and I had my oats, which I showed you guys, and I've made a delicious coffee with, it's just got some almond milk. I did try to give up coffee when I first switched to plant-based eating, because I just wanted to do everything right. Like, I just tried like all this different stuff, and slowly over time I've just started listening more to myself and allowing myself, like, I don't have to exclude things I like, particularly because most of the things I like are still plant-based. So as I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about intuitive eating. So I feel like I don't actually identify as a vegan. I know, like, it's really hard because, like, you know, I talk about being vegan, and I want to share, like, the meals I'm following are vegan. I don't eat meat and dairy. I don't eat any animal products. So technically I am eating a vegan diet, but I don't identify as a vegan. What feels more aligned for me and true for me is that I am now intuitively eating, meaning that I'm listening to my body and I'm eating the things that taste good, feel good, and like make me feel healthy. And that just so happens to be plants. And I didn't plan for that. I didn't know that until I switched to plant-based eating, that it's intuitively, it is what's right for me. So, like, I read some comments on a video, you know, and about, like, not getting, like, certain supplements, like certain minerals and vitamins, and, like, I get that because, like, there have been times that I do worry myself, and I've been to my doctor and they think it's fine. what I'm eating, and as long as I'm getting everything, and I'm actually getting more of these needs than what I was before eating plant-based. I was kind of like unhealthy before, and like just eating like meat and, you know, potatoes and not a lot of vegetables, and limiting my fruit because I was told it was like, you know, too many calories. So the things like that you can't get on a vegan diet, like B12, like I'm taking that as a supplement. And even in Dr. McDougall's book, The Starch Solution, he says that you don't really need to take B12 unless you've been vegan for 3 years. But I'm just somebody that likes to just cover everything and just have my own back, you know, make sure that I'm taking everything. And as far as like the fish oils and omega-3s and stuff, like plants are really high in that, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I'm getting like lots of protein, I'm eating lots of tofu, I'm taking vegan protein powder, even though I don't have to do all of this stuff. And so how do I know that I'm like healthy? Did I just like hear this thing, like somebody told me, hey, eat this way, and I just did it? No, that's just like, I'm not that crazy to like do something if it feels wrong to me. I've always been really true to myself in that way. Like, even if it's taken me like time, I have always, even if I've had to like seek out advice, I've always just known in myself when something's not right. And the way that I know that this plant-based eating diet is right for me is because I feel better than I've ever felt. Like, I have more energy, I feel lighter because the foods I'm putting into my body is very easily digestible. Like, I'm eating a high fiber diet, so lots of fruits and veggies, and they're easy to digest. Whereas like when I was eating a lot of meat, it would take so long to digest. I would have a lot of stomach pain, and same with dairy. Dairy just made me feel ill. So I don't think that I'm missing out on particular nutrients and things. I don't think that I need to include these things if it just doesn't make me feel good. To be honest, like I crave things like sweets and pastries and like salty chips, and sometimes I have those things, but the things I never actually crave are meat and dairy. Like when I'm craving like a meat pie, like it's only because I'm craving the pastry, and I can just have a veggie pasty. And this says to me like my body doesn't need that. If I'm craving something, then on some level my body wants that and my body needs that, and I give it to my body, you know, like when appropriate, and you know, like sometimes. And I do crave like fats, I do crave like avocado and nuts, and I have them. I'm not on a fat free diet, I'm on a processed oil free diet. There's a big difference, because if you drain all the oil out of like olives, you're not getting any of the nutrition that's in those olives. You're not getting the whole food. You're getting a large concentrate of the oil, and it's like very high in calories, and it gives you no nutrition. So when people say like you need oils in your diet, like I don't need olive oil. I can just eat some olives and I'm still getting the oils, but I'm still getting the nutrition. And it's the same with avocado and avocado oil. So no, I don't need oils in my diet to be healthy. Yes, I agree, I need some healthy fats. It is important for hormone production, it is important for joints and bones, and I do have that in small amounts. And to me it's enough, because if I was lacking something and I was like, I had health issues, I would be feeling it, right? Like something would be going on, I'd be not feeling well. And you know, like I've had my bloods done, like I'm a very healthy person, I always have been. Even though I was on eating animal products, I was still always really healthy. So nothing like that's changed. And so that's what I wanted to share, was like the importance of intuitive eating. So rather than just listening to people like on the internet tell you what to eat, which is what I did for many years. And yeah, I do it now, but it just so happens that I found something that I really align with, and I really like feel like I belong in like the plant-based community, because it just feels closest to who I am and who I was born to be. And if other people don't feel that way, like I would never tell other people to go vegan. I would never tell other people that eating meat and dairy is bad for them, because everyone's different and it might not be bad for other people. It might not even be bad for me. It just didn't make me feel good. I didn't feel like as good as I do now, and it just feels really aligning and like really light and easy and just freeing to eat the way that I eat. So I'm not worried really about what I am or what I'm not getting, because I trust that my body will tell me these things. And I'm the first person, like if I went to the doctor and they said, oh, something's showing up, like not eating this is causing health issues, you need to include it or include a supplement, I would do it. I would listen to the doctor's advice. I'm not about to rebel against a health professional in that way. Like, if they said to me, like, you need, which they won't, they will not tell me I need to eat a very high fat diet with animal fats. Like, that's just not, doctors aren't going to do that. But if they did, like, I might question something like that, just because I know what that feels like to eat and it doesn't feel good. But anyway, intuitive eating is like, it's trying different things, but it's saying, okay, well, how does this thing make me feel? If it doesn't feel good, don't eat it. Now, I don't like eating foods high in oil. Like, I don't like it. It is disgusting to me. Like, I can't have like even animal fats. Like, I would always cut the fat off of the meat or the bacon like that I used to eat. I'd always have all my meat like as little fat as possible. So I don't think I think that I'm really happy not eating meat, because I liked the taste, but I didn't like the oil content. It's the same as dairy. Like, I'd make like a big potato bake and I'd top it with like tons of cheese and cream, and I would be sick afterwards and I would feel like throwing up and I would have like diarrhea. And the oily, like the amount of fat, like really did not sit well with me. And I never questioned it. I just kept eating it. So I'm really happy that I don't eat meat and dairy now, because it didn't make me feel good. I don't miss the high fat content. And I do believe that not eating all that oils is helping me to like shed this stubborn fat that I've been trying to lose for so long. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, intuitive eating is really about eating the foods that feel good, make you feel good, and eating when you're hungry and not like stopping when you're full. So I'm still learning about this sometimes, because like the other day I was craving like pasta, and I don't eat a lot of pasta, and I made a dish and I thought, oh, that should be enough for me. But I made so much that it was like 2 extremely large portions. And so I had one and I was full, but it tasted so good that I ate like the rest. I ate like basically a half a packet of spaghetti and like a bunch of veggies and a homemade like vegan sauce. And I was so sick. I just like, it was so uncomfortable, and I recognized it was just like an old pattern of me to like just binge. And I wasn't listening to my body, even though like my body had said like before, like, you're full. I just kept going. But I am grateful for these moments, because it teaches me, like, it's not going to be perfect. It's all still an experiment for me. So this really like showed me like what not to do, not to like eat more than what my body like needs. And I also never go hungry. So as long as I'm eating those lower calorie dense foods, like the non-starchy vegetables, and I'm eating the starches like the oats and the potatoes and things like that, as long as that's what I'm sticking to throughout the day, like I feel fine. Once I go outside of that and I start having like bags of potato chips which has vegetable oil in it, like I don't feel so good. Like that stuff, like it's sort of like an alarm bell saying, you know, this isn't what your body likes anymore. Like, so yeah, I just wanted to say, like, for me, it's not really about being on a vegan diet. Like, this is just aligning with who I really am and what really feels good to me. And I call that intuitive eating. And I actually, like, my soul is actually really drawn to good foods, plant foods, and that's becoming like my normal, like my new normal. And if it's not normal for other people, like, I totally accept that, because we all have to listen to our own bodies. And I'm not about to like preach veganism to people, but I will encourage people to listen to your own body. And if you feel like a Big Mac at McDonald's, like, then like that's your choice. You will know how that makes you feel, and if that doesn't feel good, then you know you have other options. But if you're perfectly fine eating high fat foods and eating meat and dairy, like, I'm not gonna complain, I'm not gonna stop you, like, but I'm really happy the way that I eat, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So I hope you all have a great day. Bye.